This segment brought to you by Kansas Regenerative Medicine Center. Your stem cells, your health, your life.
It was one of America's darkest moments. 55 years ago this month, the young, popular, energetic president was shot and killed before thousands of witnesses. Millions have since seen the photographs and watched the videos from that sunny fall day. Even for those not alive at the time, the pictures are seared into the public memory. The smiling president waving, his body doubled over in the car. The pink suit-clad First Lady climbing onto the back of the limousine to recover something. We now know it was a piece of her husband's skull. The toddler, John Kennedy Jr., saluting as his father's coffin passed. The somber vice president, sworn in hurriedly on the plane as the First Lady stood by in her blood-stained clothes. As soon as the news was announced, the theories and suppositions about who killed the president began circulating. Enter Topeka's own Bonar Menniger, author of And Hell Followed With It, Life and Death in a Kansas Tornado. His book on the Kennedy assassination, Mortal Error, The Shot That Killed JFK, represents the clearest, most plausible explanation yet about the events that day in Dallas, according to the publisher. Bonar wrote, "To those not yet born in the autumn of 1963, or too young to remember, it is difficult to convey the effect President Kennedy's assassination had on the nation and the world. It was a cataclysmic event, a tidal wave that roared out of Dallas across the wires and by word of mouth to every corner of the world, spreading gloom in its wake. The gist of Mortal Error is this. In 1967, a Baltimore man named Howard Donahue began investigating the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. Like countless Americans, Donahue was fascinated by the events in Dallas, but what separated him from other amateur sleuths and even the Warren Commission experts was a lifetime's experience with guns and ballistics. In Mortal Error, Bonar chronicles Donahue's 25-year investigation of President Kennedy's death and the stunning revelation it led him to. The publisher said, in crisp, rapid-fire prose, Bonar relates one of the greatest true-life detective stories ever told. More important, he offers solutions to questions that have haunted America for years. The resulting conclusions offered by Mortal Error are more cover-up than conspiracy, more tragic than evil. Bonar's superb writing offers a riveting and very personal story of this cataclysmic event. The book was not without controversy. The Secret Service contacted the publisher, St. Martin's Press, before the work was published and attempted to discredit the theories, but failed to offer direct evidence doing so. A lawsuit ensued, though the decisions and settlements were not made public. Kudos, Bonar, for writing a caring, compassionate, compelling story, and for painstakingly bringing the details to light. Mortal Error leaves us with sympathy and sadness for those entrusted with protecting the president and the presidency.
Fort Wallace was the fightingest fort in the West. Fossils, Indians, soldiers, scouts, wagons, trails, pioneers, stories. Discover the story of Fort Wallace and the people who served here, the people who fought here, the people who settled here. Wallace County, where the past is present.